Now, today's session we'll discuss on loops. Okay, loops, for loops, while loop, do while loop. We have it, so we'll discuss about that. So let us start with for loop only. Okay, so for loop dot js. Okay, and first of all, loops. Why we use loops? Okay, just to reiterate, like no, see, if you're not using loops, no, so you might write lines like multiple lines of code, right? So using loops or not, like we can iterate it. So in for loop, no, like we'll have something like we'll have like initialization part, then condition you'll have it, then you'll have increment or decrement. Okay, so you'll have like initialization, condition, and increment or decrement. You know, for example, if I want to print even numbers, okay, print numbers or just numbers in that case, print numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, so regularly, how do I do it? Like regularly, where if I'm doing, okay, well, I do write a print statement like 1, right, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need to write like this, like regular traditional approach. So I want to save this, okay, I want to save this. Okay, I don't want to do this. I want a shortcut for this. I want to print numbers from 1 to 10 only, but I don't want to write these many lines of code, like 10 lines of code for this. Okay, so let's use a loop for this. So we'll go with the for loop. How do we write this? So when we say for loop, okay, you'll have the initialization, condition, and incrementer or decrement. So any one thing you have to use it. Okay, so here we are increase the value. From 1 to 10, we are increasing the value, so it will be increment only. Okay, so how to use it? So write a for loop, then write let I equal to 1 because this is where it starts. Okay, then I less than or equal to 10, then I plus plus. Okay, now what I have written here, this is initialization, means from where are you starting? See, if you look at this question, so this is my starting point, right? Like from one we are starting the initialization part. So from one we are starting and where we need to end. This is where we need to end, like 10. This is our end point. And meanwhile, from 1 to 10, are you decrementing or incrementing? So one say it will keep on incrementing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So the value keeps on increasing, right? So for that reason, okay, so for that reason here we'll have to mention increment only. So I plus plus means it will increase the value by 1. Okay, I plus plus means it will increase the value by 1. So now what happens here is that first initialization will take place, then condition will take place. Then after that, if the condition is fulfilling, then we are going inside this block. If this condition is not satisfied, then we are not going inside the block. So that is the thing over here. So now let's write a print statement here, console.log of I. Means if the condition is satisfied, it will come here, print the value. For example, here I value is 1 and 1 is, it will check the condition. Okay, I value is 1. So 1 is less than or equal to 10. Is the condition true? Yes, 1 is less than 10 only, right? So yeah, the condition is true. If the condition is true, then it will go inside this block. Then here it will become like console.log of 1. Console.log of 1. That means 1 will be printed. Okay, after this, the value of 1 will be increased. The value of 1 will be increased by 1. Okay, 1 is getting increased by 1. That means the value will become now 2. Now I value becomes 2. Okay, now I value becomes 2. This I value becomes 2. And then 2 less than or equal to 10. It is checking the condition. Is 2 less than 10? Yes, of course it is less than 10. The condition is satisfied. Then again it is going inside the block. Okay, it will become console.log of 2. So 2 will be printed. So 2 will be printed. Okay, and then 2 is again getting increased. 2 is again increased by 1. So 2 is getting increased by 3 now. Okay, 2 becomes 3 now. Then I value becomes 3. Again, we'll check the condition. Is 3 less than or equal to 10? Yes, the condition is true. If the condition is true, it is going inside the block, this block. Then it is getting 3 is getting printed. Then again 3 is getting increased by 1. So now I value becomes 4. Then 4 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. That means it will go inside the block. 4 will be printed. Again 4 is increased by 1. So I value becomes 5. 5 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. So 5 will be printed. Again 5 is increased by 1. I value becomes 6. 6 less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. It is going inside the block. 6 is getting printed. Again 6 get increased by 1. I value becomes 7. 7 less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. So 7 will be printed. Okay, so like this 8, I value becomes 8. Condition satisfied. 8 will be printed. Similarly, then I value becomes 9. Condition satisfied. I value is getting printed. 9 is getting printed. And after that 9 is getting increased by 1. So here I value becomes 10. I value becomes 10. 10 is less than or equal to 10. Okay, now it is checking the condition. So is 10 less than 10? No, 10 is not less than 10, but 10 is equal to 10, right? So 10 is not less than 10, but 10 is equal to 10. So that condition is also getting satisfied. So either one of the conditions should get satisfied. Okay, and so this condition 10 also got satisfied. So it is going inside the block, and then you will see that 10 is also getting printed. Again 10 will also be increased, 10 plus plus. Now I value becomes 11. Then it will check the condition. So is 11 less than or equal to 10? Okay, so 11 less than or equal to 10. So 11 is not less than 10, neither 11 is not equal to 10 also, right? 11 is not less than 10 and 11 is not equal to 10 also. So in this case, what happens? The condition will not get satisfied. The loop will terminate there only. So it is not going inside the block. Okay, so once I value becomes 11 and condition is not satisfied, no further execution. The loop is getting terminated there only. Okay, no further execution takes place. It will not go inside the block. So final output, what you'll see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so when I run this, this is how you see the output, like 1, 2, 3, 4, so and so. Okay, so that is how the for loop works. Okay, so instead of you writing these many lines of code, 10 lines, no, it's simple. You write like just 2 lines, right? So for loop is making the work easier. Okay, now similar to that, this is a basic example for the for loop. Okay, and if you're coming from Java background, the only thing what we are doing here is that let instead of in Java you'll use int, right? So here we are using just keyword, and then this print statement also. There you will be using system.out.println. So here it is console.log. That's the only difference. Apart from that, if you have already learned for loop in Java, it is the same thing, right? But if you are new to this also, absolutely fine. It is simple only. Okay, so that's about it. Now let's see some other examples. Now let us say print even numbers. Print even numbers from 1 to 10 only will take. Okay, from 1 to 10. Okay, so now I want to print even numbers from 1 to 10. So how do I do it? So first I'll have to initialize it as usual, like for let I equal to 1 only I'll mention. I less than or equal to 10 I would mention. Then I plus plus I would mention. Okay, this is common thing. Okay, so initialization I've done, and yeah, I'm getting the solution already. Okay, so last week I was working on GitHub Copilot, so it is giving all the suggestions. Okay, fine. Okay, so here just observe that. We will see that later. Mm, okay, see here. I have given the I value as 1. See, I want to print even numbers. I don't want to print like 1 to 12, 1 to 10 all numbers. I want to print only even numbers. But I want to start from here only. Okay, like this is the initialization part. This is the condition. And of course, incrementation is happening by 1. Okay, so here, what can I do is I can use the if condition here. So if I modulus of 2, I modulus, I modulus of 2 means it will ask you for the remainder. Okay, it will ask for the remainder. Okay, it will ask for the remainder. So I modulus of 2 means, see, if you divide, okay, if you divide 1 by 2, will you get remainder as 0? Now that's the question. Okay, you don't get remainder as 0, right? If now see only the even numbers, you will get the remainder as 0. Like if you divide 2 by 2, you will get remainder as 0. If you divide 4 by 2, you will get remainder as 0. If you divide 6 by 2, you will get remainder as 0. If you divide 8 by 2, you will get remainder as 0. If you divide 10 by 2, you will get remainder as 0. So only even numbers, you will get the remainder as 0. Odd numbers you will not get. You will get 1 as a remainder, or you don't get, right? So odd numbers you will not get 1 as a remainder. So just give the condition here, like I modulus of 2. So modulus means division. Don't write division, you have a slash symbol also. This, if you write like this, then this is incorrect. Okay, so this is incorrect. This is checking for quotient. This is checking for quotient. So quotient we don't require. We want reminder. We want reminder, like what is the final output, like that. Okay, so let me just get this. See, for example, I write like this 2 and I'm dividing 2 by 2. This is the value, and 2 ones are 2. Okay, and this is the remainder I'm checking. Okay, and same like that if you do it for 4 also. So dividing 4 by 2. Okay, so 2 twos are 4. 2 twos are 4, right? 2 twos are 4, and then you'll get the remainder as 0, right? Like that. So 2 is a even number, 4 is a even number. What about 5? What about 5? So similarly write 5 and you divide 2 by 5 by 2. Okay, 2 twos are 4, right? 2 twos are 4, right? 2 twos are 4. Will you get remainder as 0? No, right? You get remainder 1. So 2 twos are 4. 5 minus 4 is what? 5 minus 4 is 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. So this is the remainder you get. Same thing you can check with other numbers also, right? So 7 to check. Okay, so how to divide 7 by 2? So 2 threes are 6, right? And then you get remainder as 1. So basically it's a odd number you will get the remainder 1 only, right? This part is what we are checking. Okay, now if you mention modulus symbol, this is what we are checking. Remainder we are checking everywhere. This you check in the modulus operator. Okay, but if you use that division symbol, then you will, that will check this particular part. This quotient will be checked in the case of division symbol. Okay, this part will be checked in the case of that slash symbol. That slash is representing a division operator. Okay, so we don't want that to be checked. We want this remainder to be checked. So you'll be using modulus. Okay, if you do this I slash 2, then it will check for the remainder. Okay, so that will be incorrect. So I modulus of 2, this is right. Okay, so here what happens is only if the condition gets satisfied. Okay, only if the condition gets satisfied, only if the condition gets satisfied, then we are going inside this particular block. Okay, only if the condition gets satisfied, we're going inside the block. means two condition has to get satisfied. Only then the statement will be printed. So here what I'll do here is this condition has to get satisfied and this condition has to get satisfied. Only then we'll go inside the block. Okay, console.log of I like this. Okay, if one of the condition is not satisfied also will not go inside the block. That is the key thing over here. Now here if you observe that, so this one I value is 1 and from 1 to 10 all these conditions will get satisfied, of course, right? Like I value I is equal to 1, right? 1 is less than or equal to 10, condition is true. Hmm. Then again it will become 2, that time also 2 is less than 10, that condition also gets satisfied. 3 is less than 10, that is also satisfied. 4 is less than 10, 5 is less than 10, 6 is less than 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. Till 10 though it will satisfy all the condition over here in the first line, in line number 27. And after that in line number 29, okay, so there it will do one more level of filtration. Okay, so 1 to 10, this is satisfying all 1 to 10. Of course, it is not allowing more than 10. That is one good thing. Okay, so more than 10, it will not allow. Which one? This for loop will not allow more than 10. Till 10, it will take all the values. Just like the previous example, what we did, like 1 to 10, it took all the values. And after that, on the 1 to 10 values, okay, it is applying the filter. Okay, so, okay, it will check like if 1 is divisible by 2. Okay, so see here. Okay, so it will put one more level of filtration. So if 1 is divisible by 2, will you get the remainder as 0? No, you will not get remainder as 0. So this part is ignored. Then if you divide 2 by 2, will you get remainder as 0? Yes, you will get the remainder as 0, right? So this will go inside the block. So console.log of I becomes 2 here. So 2 will be printed here. Okay, because 1, it did not go inside the block. For 1, this condition got satisfied, but here, okay, there was one more filtration added. So the condition was not satisfied. So for that reason, it did not go inside the block. Okay, but for 2, of course, this condition is satisfied. And after that, it is checking one more condition because my print statement here, if you want to print the statement, both the condition has to satisfy, not just one, you have to satisfy this condition also. So one did not satisfy, so there only it got, you know, it was not taken into account, right? So then initially I value is 1, 1 less than 10, this condition got satisfied. Then 1 divide by 2, okay, it is checking condition not satisfied. So it is going back, 1 is increased by 1. Now I value becomes 2, 2 less than or equal to 10, the condition is satisfied. Again, we are checking one more condition. If you divide 2 by 2, you get remainder as 0. Yes, you get remainder as 0. So it is going inside the block and 2 is getting printed. Now again, I value is getting increased by 3. Okay, I plus 3, it is getting increased. I value becomes 3. Now 3 less than or equal to 10, condition is satisfied. If you divide 3 by 2, will you get remainder as 0? No. You will get remainder 1? No. So for that reason, it is not going inside the block. Again, it is increasing by 1. So I value now becomes 4. Okay, now 4 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is satisfied. And again, it will check one more condition here. Okay, if you divide 4 by 2, will you get remainder as 0? Yes, you will get remainder as 0. Okay, you will get remainder as 0. If you divide 4 by 2, you will get remainder as 0. Right, so this condition got satisfied. So here console.log of 4 it becomes, then 4 will be printed. Similarly, now I value is increased by 1, 5 it becomes, I value becomes 5, 5 less than or equal to 10. Condition is what? Condition is satisfied or not? Condition is not satisfied. Right, 5 is not less than or equal to, sorry, 5, this condition is satisfied, 5 is less than 10 only, but here this condition is not satisfied. If you divide 5 by 2, you will not get remainder as 0. This condition is not satisfied, so it is not going inside the block. Again, 5 values increased by 1, 6 it becomes, and this condition is satisfied. And 6 divided by 2, yes, this is also fulfilling, right? So you're getting the output like 0 remainder. So 6 is getting printed here. Then 7, here condition gets satisfied. but here condition is not satisfied. And 8, I value becomes 8. Here condition gets satisfied. Here also condition gets satisfied. If you divide 8 by 2, you get remainder as 0. Then 8 is printed. Then 9, this condition is satisfied, but this condition is not satisfied. Okay, again 10, this condition is satisfied, and also this condition gets satisfied. If you divide 10 by 2, you get remainder as 0. So 10 is getting printed. Okay, so finally you will see the output like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 like that. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 like that. Okay, so similarly, if you want to print the odd numbers, simple. How to do it? If you divide I divided by 2, just mention here 1, that's all. Okay, now here it is checking for odd number. Okay, so here you can observe that you are getting the output like this 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, simple. If you want to print the odd number, just give like if I divide by 2 is equal to 1, means remainder you're checking for 1. In that case, odd numbers will be printed. If you want even numbers, give 0. That's it, simple. Okay, that's about it. Okay, now let's go ahead with next example. Now I want to print the numbers. um, yeah, or this way also you can do it. See, this way also you can do it. One shortcut. This is the other way. Like you initialize it by 2 only starting. Then okay, so check the condition. Then keep on increasing the value by 2. Okay, so first starting from 2 only you're doing it. Okay, you started from 2 only. Then condition also checked. Then 2 will be printed. Then you are increase the value by 2 directly. I equal to I plus 2 like this. You are increase the value by 2. Now I equal to I plus 2 means now it will become 4. You are not increasing by 1, you are increasing by 2, right? Now I value becomes 4. 4 is less or equal to 10. Then print it. Okay, again 6 is getting increased by 2. I is equal to 6 now because it's got increased by 2. Then condition satisfied, so 6 will be printed. Then again 6 is increased by 2. I value becomes 8. 8 less or equal to 10. Then 8 will be printed. Then 8 becomes 10. Then condition satisfied, 10 will be printed. So this way also you can do, but this is not a recommended approach. So here you're not uh, actually putting a proper condition. So always go with this. Okay, if condition you put, and then it will check the condition effectively. Okay, I wouldn't recommend this approach. Here there is no logic check properly. Okay, so that is about it. So now let us see another example. Okay, another example. Now let us say that I want to print. Okay, print um, numbers in descending order. One small example from 10 to 1. Okay, in this case, what happens? Just the condition and initialization and incrementation you have to take care. Okay, it's simple like this. So what I provided here is 1 minute. Let me charge my laptop. Okay, so here if you want to print numbers in descending order, so provide the I value from where you want to start. Now 10 is where I wanted to start, so I started printing from 10. Then I value greater than or equal to 1. So this is my ending condition. Till 1 we want to print the values. If you want to print the values till 0, provide I is greater than or equal to 0. Like that you're checking the condition. Okay, so here what happens? Like I value is 10, it will check is 10 greater than or equal to 0 or greater than or equal to 1. Yes, 10 is greater than 1, so 10 will be printed. Then 10 is getting decreased by 1, so I value becomes 9. Then 9 is greater than or equal to 1, condition is satisfied, so 9 will be printed. Then 9 minus minus will become 8. I value becomes 8. So 8 is greater or equal to 1. Condition is satisfied. So 8 will be printed. Then again 8 is decreased by 1. So 8 value becomes 7. I value becomes 7. So 7 greater or equal to 1. Condition satisfied. So 7 will be printed. Okay, like this the sequence will flow. Like this the sequence will flow till 1. Okay, now when I value becomes 1, so it will check is 1 greater than or equal to 1. 1 is not greater than 1, but 1 is equal to 1. So that condition also gets satisfied. And so 1 will be printed. And after that, 1 will be decreased by 1 again. So 1 minus minus, it becomes 0. Okay. And then I value now becomes 0. It will again check the condition. Is 0 less than or is 0 greater than or equal to 1? Okay. So is 0 greater than or equal to 1? It will check the condition. 0 is not greater than 1. Nor 0 is equal to 1. So that condition is not getting satisfied. So the loop will get terminated over there. Okay. So that way you can do the descending numbers also. Okay. So you can print this. You can see the output. So dot log of. Okay. This is the descending numbers. What we see. 10 in 1 tak. Okay. So that is about the descending numbers. Now let us do some other operations. Now let us say that I want to print numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, but skip skip, let's say 4 and 8. I want to skip these numbers. Okay, so anyone like to give a suggestion? Suggestion is already coming here. Okay, so in this case we'll use something called as continue keyword. Okay, continue, we have continue keyword, so we'll be using that. Okay, so I can print the numbers from 1 to 10, but 4 and 10, 4 and 8 if I want to skip, so what I'll do, so simple, I'll write a for loop first. Okay, so this will be my for loop. Okay, this will be my for loop. Okay, condition initialization is 1, condition is till 10, then getting increase the value by 111. Okay, that is one thing. And after this, here you put the condition, so it is suggesting me, right, like if I equal to 4, okay, then I equal to 8. This is or, okay, this is or. I equal to 4, then or I equal to 8. Okay, I'll put this condition, and finally I'll put the continue keyword here. Means if when this condition gets satisfied, like when I value becomes 4 and I value becomes 8, that time you skip it, like that. Okay, so what it will do here is that I value is 1, then I is less than 10, condition is getting satisfied, so again we are putting double filtration. So when the I value is 1, it will check in the if condition, is it matching? I is not matching, no. I is not 4 or 8, so this it will not even take into consideration. Then I is printed first, then I is getting increased by 2, then I value becomes 2. Now 2 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, the condition is satisfied. Okay, and then it will check this condition. Okay, is it matching with 4 or 8? It is not matching, so you're printing that value also here, console.log of 2. So 2 is getting printed. Again 2 is getting increased by 1. Okay, 2 is getting increased by 1, and then here you will see I value is what I value becomes, okay, one value, one got increased by 2, so now I value become 2. Now 2 is less or equal to 10, the condition satisfied, so this one did not get matched, so 2 will be printed. Now 2 will be increased by 3, so I value becomes 3. Now 3 less or equal to 10, so this is okay, but this is not satisfied, so 3 will be printed. Then 3 is increased by 1, so I value becomes 4. Now 4 is less or equal to 10, so the condition is satisfied. Now again it will check here, Okay, so yeah, I is equal to 4. So one of this condition gets satisfied here. So if I value is 2, then we are asking it to continue, means skip it, skip that particular value. So 4 will be skipped. So 4 will not be printed. Then 4 is getting increased by 1, which is 5. 5 value becomes 5. Then 5 is less or equal to 10. Break is different. We'll use break also. Continue is just to skip. Break, you'll use it like when you don't want to do further execution. See here what happens is 4 is satisfied, 8 is satisfied, but still we're continuing with the next statements, right? Like after 4 we have 5, 6, that is getting printed. After 8 also we have 9, 10, that is also getting printed. So we are just keeping that and then continue with the rest of the statements. But break, what it will do is it will break the entire loop. I'll show that example. Okay, but is this part clear? Okay. So yeah, so let's run this. You will see the output like this, the last one. Okay, so it will start from 1, 2, 3, 4 is skipped, 5, 6, 7, 8, so 8 is skipped, right? And then 9, 10, like that. So this will usually skip the values, okay? So 4 values skipped and then 8 values skipped. This OR operator only you had to use it. You cannot use AND operator. You might have a question, Shiva, I can use AND operator. No, because this will check one condition at a time. Okay, so AND operator, like you have a AND operator also like this. Okay, is this right? Okay, you can run this and check. We'll see. See, you're not getting the right output. Like 4 is also getting printed and then 8 is also getting printed. So like this. Okay, so AND operator, what it says is both has to get satisfied at the same time. Okay, AND operator suggests that both has to get satisfied at the same time. But that is not an ideal case. Right? We are checking one condition by one. First we'll check 4. Then after few iterations, we're checking for 8. So we had to use OR operator only, means one condition at a time. First check for 4, then after few iterations check for 8. So like that you had to check. So OR operator you had to use it and will not give the result. Okay, so that is about skipping part. Now let us see the breaking also. Okay, now so I have this condition. Now let's say print numbers from 1 to 10, but stop the loop when it reaches 5. Okay, I want to print, but I want to stop the loop when it reaches 5. That means I need to break the loop entirely. So same thing. Okay, so what I'll do here is, so for let I equal to 1, I less or equal to 10, this is my condition. Then I plus plus, that is also okay. Then what I'll do here is, so I equal to 5. So when the I value becomes 5, I want to break it. So I'm writing a break keyword inside the if block. Okay, I'm writing one if condition. Then I'm breaking the loop entirely. Okay, so when I value becomes 5, okay, so we are breaking it. Then console.log of I, like that. Okay, so now just run this and see what is the output you will see here. So finally you'll see that only 1, 2, 3, 4 is getting printed. Why only these statement got printed? Further it was not taken into account. Further execution didn't take place. In the case of continue, it will take place. But when you're using break, no, it will entirely break the loop. So one, yes, condition satisfied. So this condition, it is not even checking. Okay, because it is checking, but it is not satisfying, so it is ignored. Then one is getting printed. Then one value gets increased by 2. So 2 less than or equal to 10. Okay, this is not matching, so it's ignored. So 2 is getting printed. Again 3. Okay, condition got satisfied. This is not matching, so 3 is printed. Then 4. So 4, this condition satisfied, but it is not matching, so 4 is getting printed. Then 5. Okay, so here the condition is satisfied, but here it says that, so I equal to 5 means we'll break the loop here only. Means by the time your I value becomes 5, so we are breaking the loop there only. So 5 will also not be printed. You will see only values here like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to see 5 also, then provide like I equal to 6. Then you'll see the value of 5 as well, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we'll see. So this way we can break the loop. So just by using a break keyword. Okay, so that is about the for loop. Okay, so this is all we need to know about the for loop. So the basic for loop and how we apply conditions for the respective scenarios. Let me know if you have any questions. Huh, which one? Uh-huh. This one block. Huh. No, it is the same thing only. Like see, this is let us what? Let index value. Basically I 73. So you're seeing here like array index of so and so. This for the arrays. Now let us say you have some array values. Array is like what collection of values. Yeah, in that case you can apply a syntax like this. Yeah, this is not the collection of values. This we are just going with some primitive values only, like single values. See, one thing I want to say is that like yeah, we can cover, but it will be more related to if I have a use case in playwright, then I'll cover. Otherwise, it will not make sense. Unnecessary for me to cover. Uh, no, fine. Like we'll see if we have a scenario use case, then I'll take it. Yeah, of course. Today follow. Tomorrow only will be array. Like next session will be covering arrays. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Okay, so one more thing, guys. So some of you might be already good with it. Some of you might be new to this, but I'm just uh, taking this from scratch. But however, so there are two other loops also. Like you have like while loop and do while loop. Okay, I'll just show one syntax for this. Okay, printing numbers from 1 to 10 in the while loop. So you can take these as assignment, like printing even numbers from 1 to 10 or these things. Okay, so put the conditions, keep the values, break keyword. You can try that for while loop and do while loop. Okay, so let me just give an example for while loop and the rest of it you can do it by yourself. Okay, so now while loop में क्या होता है, like first you need to give the initialization. Now let us say I equal to 1 and to print some numbers from 1 to 10 only. So here print numbers from 1 to 10 only is using while loop. So here what I'll do, so initialization will do first. Okay, so then we'll put the condition. So this will be what, like first initialization, and in the next line we're checking the condition. If the condition gets satisfied, then go inside the block, then go inside the block, then get that value printed. Then I value is getting increased by 1. Okay, so I value will now get increased by 1. I value becomes 2. Then 2 less or equal to 10. The condition got satisfied. 2 will be printed. So like that, the iteration keeps on proceeding till the condition gets satisfied like this. Okay, till 10 it will get printed. That's it. So only thing is, so here initialization you are writing separately, condition separately, and yeah, incrementation will take place after the statement is getting printed. This way you'll write the while loop. Otherwise, concept is same, but only the way of writing is different. Okay, and we'll see the output in a proper way. Okay, so similarly, you can apply the for even numbers, you can apply the condition and check, and for skipping the numbers, for breaking the numbers also, we can try with this. Okay, the syntax remains like this. Hmm. Hmm. Try with if no, try no, so take it as task. We'll see. Okay, now similarly do while loop. So how the do while loop looks? Do while.js. Let me know if you have any challenges in this task also. Now in do while loop, what happens is like here, um, okay, now let us say I want to print numbers from 1 to 10 only, 1 to 10 using do while loop. Okay, so first, same thing, initialization. Then it will not check the condition first. It will print the value. Then it is increasing. Then the condition is taking place over here. Okay, so first initialization part remains same thing. Then it is not checking any condition. Directly it is printing like 1. It is printing. And then 1 is getting increased by 2. Then for 2 the condition is getting checked. Not for the first value. No condition checking for the first value. So do while loop, there is no condition checking for the first value whatsoever. Now if in case, see, I want to print numbers from 1 to 10 using do while loop. Now the scenario is, let's say that I provide a wrong initialization. Now let us say I provide the initialization like 15. Okay, what do you think will be the output in this case? Hmm? So ideally this is a wrong initialization, right? Like I've done a wrong thing here. If you do the same thing in for loop or while loop, so the condition will not get satisfied, so that will not be printed only. So you can check that with the for loop or the while loop also. Here is my while loop. So now let's say that you mention like I equal to 15. So it will check the condition. So 15 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is not getting satisfied. So it is not even going inside this block. So you can run this and no output. Correct. Same thing you can check with the for loop also. You can try with this. Now let us say here I'll make it like 15, the last statement. Okay. Okay, and try to run this. You'll see the rest of the output. Like this output, you will see the earlier one. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to get printed, no? So see if this is getting printed or not. Okay. So what I have mentioned here, I equal to 15 amplified. Okay, and then run it here. You're not seeing that output, guys. See here only it is seeing like console.log. This is the end. Okay. And after this, there is no statement getting executed after this. Why? Because I've given a wrong initialization, right? Okay. So same thing with respect to while loop also. If you provide initialization wrong, this is a wrong initialization. So condition is not getting satisfied. So it is not proceeding further only. Okay. But in the case of do while loop, even though you are providing the initialization wrong, the first value will be printed. Okay, the first value will be printed. So here 15 will be printed because no checking initially. Condition is not checking initially. 15 will be printed. Then 15 is getting increased by 16. Okay, 15 is getting increased by 16. Now the condition is checked for 16. Is 16 less than or equal to 10 like this? And then the condition becomes false. This is checking not for 15, for 16 it is checking. Okay, so 16 is not less than or equal to 10. No, condition is getting false. Now no further execution. That's it. Okay, but by that time you already see this output, right? 15 is already printed by that time. You can run that and check that 15 is getting printed, which was incorrect, right? So but that is how the do while loop works. Even though you provide a wrong initialization, so that will be printed. The condition checking will happen for the second value. See here, so 15 got printed, then 15 got increased by 1. Okay, 16 it became. For 16 it is checking the condition. Okay, from the second value it will start checking the values. Okay, so but yeah, you have less use case, or very less use case you have it in playwright for do while loop. While loop we have a lot of use case. Okay, if you discuss about the use cases, okay, so I will tell one use case is that coupon code, applying coupon code. Okay, so you want to apply coupon code at least once, even if the user is not eligible for the coupon code. Now you come across any scenario wherein that you have to check the coupon code and though the customer is not eligible for that coupon code. Now let us say there is some coupon code and customer has to satisfy some condition to avail that coupon code, and you as a tester, you are supposed to test that. Okay, now just because customer is not eligible for this coupon code, will you just close that scenario? No, right? You will also check the coupon code whether it is working right or not, right? No, so we want to at least apply coupon code at least once. You want to apply coupon code at least once, even if the user is not eligible for the coupon code. Like this, you can check. Okay, so basically, though you know the condition, you are applying the coupon code. That is what it means. Okay, you know the end result, but still apply the coupon code and check what is the result. Then you'll see an error message later. Once you apply the coupon code, then you'll see error message, then you'll stop. Right? So like that, you can apply the coupon code. That is the example for that. Now coming to while loop. So while loop also very much used. See, while loop, if you observe that initialization you provide first, then condition you are given it later. Means we don't know the condition initially. Condition we got to know later. So while loop you will be using in scenarios wherein you get to know the condition at the later stage, not in the initial stage. Okay, so while loop you'll use it in the scenarios where you will get to know the condition at the later stage. For example, now let us say that you are scrolling LinkedIn or Facebook, anything for that matter. So that, or let us say you want to scroll Facebook. Okay, so Facebook feed, you're scrolling. Let's say you want to check someone's post and you want to like that post, but you don't know exactly where, which post is, like where exactly you'll find that post. Maybe you'll find a post after five other posts or 10 other posts or 15 other posts, right? You don't know the condition initially, and scrolling, and finally you'll find that particular post, and then you will comment or like. On there, you're stopping the loop, right? So scrolling is one example, scrolling Facebook or LinkedIn. So you can use while loop in that case. Basically, condition you know do not know at the initial stage. Okay, so in that scenario, you can use Facebook or LinkedIn, like scrolling. That is one good use case of this. Okay, and then coming to for loop. Okay, and yeah, for handling dynamic drop downs also, dynamic drop downs, it is recommended. So this also, you want to deal with this dynamic drop down example, you can use while loop in that case also, because we don't know the condition where exactly we need to stop. Okay, in playwright. Okay, then coming to for loop, we have a lot of use case over here. For loop use cases. Okay, for example, I want to tell that okay, so static drop down. So you will come across static drop downs in playwright. You want to deal with static drop downs. So you'll already have like static means like you have a fixed number of drop downs. You want to, let's say you have like 50 countries. Okay, you have a drop downs wherein you have like 50 countries. Among those 15 countries, only you have to choose one of the country. The drop down is fixed. No, that you already have the condition. 50 country list, you already have it. So start with number one, then the end point is like 50, and then you will start execution like that. In that case, you can go with the for loop. Okay, but yeah, but again, if the condition is not satisfied, the dynamic drop down, in that case you have to go with the while loop. Okay, but the condition, if that's satisfied at the initial stage, like that, means you already know how many drop downs are there. In that case, you can go with the for loop. And also, now let us say you have like days to be selected. Days, how many days we have, like Sunday to Monday, Monday to Sunday, like you have 7 days, you have a drop down for that. So that is also static, right? You know exactly 7 days are there. Same thing with respect to what do you say, years, right? Like months, right? You have like 12 months. You know the initialization, you know the condition. One is the initialization, 12 is the end point or the condition. So that also you can go with the for loop, right? So apart from that, now let us say that you're going with the some ticketing system. Okay, so now let us say you want to book a movie ticket. Okay, book a movie ticket. And here selecting, now when you try to book a movie ticket, so they're already, now let's say you're booking in a BMS, okay, book my show. You already know like where to start and where to end. They'll already give a predefined set of conditions, right? Like, see sir, this is the available seats. Now let us say you have like 10 seats available. In this, how much you want to occupy, you can occupy, right? So there's already condition mentioned over here when you're trying to book a movie ticket. You already have a condition, so you can use this, okay? Or booking a bus ticket. Hmm? You already have a condition, right? You already have the condition at the first place, then use the for loop. Okay, any other use cases would you like to suggest, guys, for loop? Okay, now you can think about the use cases. That's okay. But yeah, just remember that the condition has to get satisfied. You need to have the predefined set of condition at the initial stage. In that case, you can go with the for loop. Now, coming to one another use case of while loop. Now, let us say that you want to um yeah, I just forgot that. Okay, while loop. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so you want to fetch user from database. Okay, see, if you're fetching user from database, I'm putting that under while loop, not under for loop. That is because, see, you fetch a user from database. Okay, fine. You don't know which exact table you want to access that, right? Let's say this is related to database testing. Now, let us say you want to fetch user from a certain table, right? You don't know which exact table it is initially, right? Now, let us say, okay, first time you fetch the user from a respective table, right? And next time you're trying to fetch the same user, right? Next day you're coming to fetch the same user. Maybe that particular table is changed. Maybe some new users have been added, right? So maybe some new users have been added. So in that case, the table so might be changed as well, right? So the condition is changed now in this case. So let's say 10 users have added recently. Now that means your table has changed. You have to access that later according to the change they have done in the table, right? So this is also dynamic, right? The condition you had to search, you had to scroll, then you had to find where is the condition exactly. So here also we don't have the condition defined at the initial stage. So fetching user from database. Okay, this also while loop good example. Dynamic droplets or scrolling Facebook. Like these kind of example, you can say it for while loop. So do while loop, very less scenarios, but yeah, that applying coupon code was the best one. And for loop though, you'll have a lot of scenarios. Okay, basically because most of the examples what we deal with will already have a condition. Okay, especially we'll see that in arrays also. Okay, in array concept also we'll have a condition defined, okay, to access elements of an array. Okay, and object also. So there is an object concept, so there also you'll be using lot of for loop only. You have object also you'll have a predefined condition, so here is where you need to stop it. So that case also you can use for loop only. Okay, so these are some scenarios, guys. See, in India, if they ask the use cases, you can tell about these use cases. Yes, these topic will be covered arrays and objects. So we'll use the for loop there. Okay, so that is about the today's session, guys.